Recording in progress. Okay, so today we have a little Tabata Mixeroo. It's going to be a little bit shorter than some of the other ones. We're going to do 4 sets of work with 5 little exercises at a time, and we'll do this whole thing 2 times, twice through. I don't know if that makes sense, but it will soon. So as soon as I start, we'll get ourselves ready. The first exercise is down here on the hands and knees, and we're going to go through a modified push-up sequence. Okay, so let's do it.
Starting your Tabata workout.
There she is. Get ready. Okay, so hands and knees. You don't need any props for this. Let's say hands under shoulders, knees and feet together.
Exercise.
Exercise. So we have a wide elbow push-up. I prefer to do push-ups modified. Wide elbows here. Hands are just a little bit maybe wider than your shoulders. And when you go down, make sure your head stays lifted. Yeah, so that's the gong. That's the halfway gong. Each of the exercises will be done for 40 seconds, which with the push-up series feels like kind of a long time, but we only have 8 seconds left.
Rest.
Okay, and then she tells you to rest, which is so nice of her. So now we're going to do another push-up set, but this time a tricep push-up. Hands are a little bit more narrow, fingertips forward.
Exercise.
For this one, the elbows go back. And it's almost like I think what's called a chaturanga type thing. Like you want to bring your chest, ooh, and it's so much harder. Like you want to bring your chest in between your thumbs, okay? Stuff like this can travel right up into the neck and shoulders. So make sure you're moving at a range of motion that just feels right for you today. The lower you go, the more challenging it is. But, you know, you should be listening to your body.
Rest.
Okay, so we did one. Okay, so now I'm going to grab a light weight. I'm going to change how I am so you can see me a little bit better. I'm grabbing a 3-pound weight with my left hand.
Exercise.
Right hand is on the floor. Left arm's going to come right up to the side. So keep going for a minute. Using a weight is nice. If you've got tightness or tension in the neck and shoulders, even leaving the weight out is great. We're kind of fighting gravity here. And that's just going to wake up all the good muscles in and around the shoulder girdle. And 3 pounds feels like a lot when you're lifting it in this position. 4 seconds.
Rest.
Okay? And then we're going to do it with the other side. So I'm grabbing it now with my right hand. Knees under hips. Left hand under left shoulder. Right arm out to the side.
Exercise.
Exercise. That's Donna. She's a little forceful and repetitive, but I'm grateful. I'm grateful for her. Try to plug your right shoulder down into your back. And try to keep the head and the chest from sinking towards the floor. This is quite a little bit of a core exercise for me here too. Think about drawing your abdominals in along the way.
Rest.
Good, and then come all the way down. So now we have one more chest, wide elbow press push-up. Okay, so knees under hips, hands about as wide as your shoulders.
Exercise.
And last set. Yeah, the deeper the breath, the better. Nice deep breaths along the way help to bring the core muscles into the exercise. It's good for your brain. It's good for your internal organs to take those nice deep breaths. Halfway. And you, of course, are welcome to do a regular push-up in a plank position, you have my absolute blessing. If that is where you are at.
Rest.
Rest. Okay, come on up to stand. Hop up. Little leg series. We're going to go back and forth in between two positions. One of them is a regular lunge. Step your right leg forward and your left leg up.
Exercise.
Okay, back heel is lifted. Back knee comes towards the ground and press straight up. When it comes to a lunge, this can be a lot for people's knees. Try and get your front knee over your front foot. And when you bend your back knee, it's like the knee wants to go straight down towards the ground. Full range of motion would be tapping the ground and coming back up again. But if you reduce your range of motion, it's still just as valuable.
Rest.
And then we're going to switch our legs. Left leg forward and then right leg back, okay? Lunging is really great for strengthening the knees, the feet, and the hips. But if something pops up that doesn't feel right,
exercise.
Change how you're standing and see if that makes it better. We can bring our arms out to the sides to help with balance. And again, ideally, you're kind of using both feet equally. We're not going forward and then back up again. Oop, we're going straight up and down. Straight up and down. Each time I come up, I'm trying to stand really tall. And nice deep breaths along the way. You got it.
Rest.
Okay. And now before we do another similar exercise, just an easy set of squats. Toes are forward, feet are about hip distant. We're going to pretend like we're sitting back in a chair.
Exercise.
Sit back in your chair. When you come up, just kind of press the arms back and stand tall, okay? Sitting back and getting back up again is something we're going to do for a really long time. So why not make it a bit of an exercise each time you come up? Give the tush a little bit of a squeeze. Stand tall each time. And again, your range of motion is up to you. Squatting more deeply is great. You just have to make sure that it feels right.
Rest.
Okay? Now the next exercise set is called a split squat. Feet separate, but not as much as the first time. Right foot forward, left foot slightly back. This is a squat.
Exercise.
It's almost like we just took our squat and just put one leg back a little bit. You're still sitting back in your chair. You're still using both feet. You're likely going to end up feeling one foot a little bit more than the other. The back heel stays lifted. Just experiment for a minute with putting your weight over your front leg a little bit more than your back leg. And when you come up, drive the front leg down and stand tall. This is a really great way to strengthen the pelvis and the pelvic floor if you're breathing nice and deeply. Okay?
Rest.
Come on up. So again, we're switching feet, left foot forward, right foot back, not too far. It's like a little bit of a kickstand. Lift the back heel, take a breath before we begin.
Exercise.
And again, you're sending your hips back like you are sitting in a little bit of a chair. The angle is, I guess, most important with the left leg. Send your hips back, keep your left knee over the foot. And breathe. Each time you come up, stand tall. Yeah, I definitely emphasize working with that front leg. Shoulders are pretty relaxed.
Rest.
Awesome. Okay, that was exciting. All right, we're going to do a little plank set. I'm going to grab my mat again. Planks are so fun, you guys. You're going to love this. It's gonna be your favorite.
Exercise.
All right, one leg out, other leg out. Planks are great to modify. A lot of people say like, oh, you have to get your hips below your shoulders. I think that's kind of a bunch of bullshit. Just lift your hips so you can feel your abdominals kick in a little bit. Coming to your knees is still a great way to do a plank. If you're trying to figure out how to find your abdominal connection, try to lift the chest, give the tush a little squeeze, and breathe.
Rest.
And then come all the way down, okay? We're gonna go right into a side plank here. I'm gonna bring my right hand down and my left leg out. I'm gonna modify my side plank a little bit.
Exercise.
Okay, so option here is to keep your knee down. I think this is a really nice way to strengthen the bottom hip. And you might not feel the burn at the first second, but right around second 12 or 13, it's a great way to practice getting stronger in your side plank. Try to plug in your bottom shoulder and just reach up to the ceiling. Top leg is also putting in a little structure. Try to lengthen out. And exhale very deeply to try and find those deeper belly muscles as well.
Rest.
And then come down, and we'll try the other side. We'll see how this side feels. So now left hand down, right leg out, all right? So I'm trying to get myself in a pretty straight line.
Exercise.
That doesn't have to be the rule, but it's a nice way to challenge yourself. You'll end up using that bottom knee and that bottom hip. You're welcome to straighten out your bottom leg completely and either stack your feet, one on top of the other, or put one foot in front of the other, probably the left. Push the ground away, pull your head back a little bit, and breathe.
Rest.
Great, so we did a regular plank, one side, other side. Oh, we've got one more regular plank and then a reverse plank. All right, so let's come back and try another plank. Take a nice deep breath.
Exercise.
Exercise. And again, I like to see people lift their hips until they feel like they can draw the abdominals in a little bit. Sometimes it's a little higher. That's okay, it's all right. Push the ground away, lift the chest, we're almost there we go, halfway there.
Rest.
Whew. Okay, reverse plank. Give yourself little jazz hands here to release. Okay, hands come back. This is great to open the chest.
Exercise.
Both legs press down. Let's lift and lower here. I like to keep my eyes straight ahead. Just a quick a way to modify this is to bend the knees. Gives you a little bit more support and ends up being sort of like, I don't know the name of that position in yoga. Okay, but that definitely takes the edge off.
Rest.
Okay, come all the way down. Our next little bit here is a core and balance set. So we're gonna stay on our backs and we're gonna come to our backs, knees bent,
exercise,
arms up, legs up. Bring the right arm back and the left foot down, and then come back up again. Right leg down, left arm back, and come up. Right arm back, left leg down, and then keep going. Opposite limbs. Return to center. And you breathe. This is a core exercise here. Try and endow this with like a really scoopy belly. Draw the abdominals in.
Rest.
Come all the way back down. We're going to do that same exercise a little bit differently this time, okay? Take a nice deep breath.
Exercise.
Arms up, legs up. Now we're going to take same side limbs. Right arm, right leg, tap, come up. Left arm, left leg, tap, and up. Keep going. Tap, tap. Each time the limbs come back up, draw the belly button in and exhale if you can. The exhale helps, I think, to find a little bit of a deeper connection. Try and release your neck. Just keep the head nice and long, the neck nice and long, the head released.
Rest.
All right, we're gonna flip over, come up to stand, all the way up. For this one, I'm gonna kick my mat away because it can create more instability.
Exercise.
Okay, soften your knees and bring the right leg back. Keep your left knee bent. Right leg up a little and back down. Notice I'm bringing my upper body with me as I raise my right leg. You can keep your hands on your hips, or you can bring the arms right up to the side. I like wide arms here, it just helps with the balance. Okay, so we're just essentially hinging from the left hip.
Rest.
Okay, side two. Soften your knees. Arms are up to you. I kind of like this wide arm situation. Left leg is going to come back a little bit.
Exercise.
When you lift your left leg, the upper body comes forward. And yeah, if you're a little wobbly, that's okay. That's exactly why we're doing this exercise. So don't judge yourself. It's all good. One side will likely be different from the other. Wearing sneakers or not is fine. It's great to do balance work and leg work without shoes, I think. I've got mine on today, but so great to work with them off. Oh, geez.
Rest.
And come all the way up. Seated. Ooh, come down on your tush one more time. Right about this one. Hands behind your thighs.
Exercise.
And we're going to tip our weight back and bring the legs up. Keep your hands behind your thighs, but be light with your hands. Try and lift the chest. Relax your shoulders. And breathe. Be light with your hands. I could easily just reach out there. I'm keeping a little bit of a connection here. It just feels right for me to do that. But please actually try this out if this is a great next step for you.
Rest.
Okay? We're going to do that last one more time. Deadlift, deadlift. Dying bug. I think we're doing one extra, but that's okay. 3, 2, 1.
Exercise.
Exercise. Okay, come on up. For this one, lighten your hands. We're bringing the right arm up and then back down. Left arm up and back down. Try to keep your low back from coming into an arched position. Should be a little scoopy. And, you know, it's difficult sometimes to connect to those belly muscles. If it feels better for you to keep your hands behind your thighs, do that.
Rest.
Okay, come all the way down. Guess what? We're going to do it all again. I'm
Workout
pausing.
paused.
Workout paused. I'm taking a quick little drink of water, and we're gonna go through the whole thing one more time. Which is so exciting. Okay, so we're gonna come back to the arm work. Ready? Ready. Okay, so this time I'm going to use my ball a little bit. And I'm just gonna use it in between the inner thighs, just to give it a good little squeeze. And the reason why I do that is because sometimes when we squeeze, we're more likely to be using the inner thighs and some of the muscles up into the pelvis and the pelvic floor. So anytime I could sneak in a little pelvic floor work, that's not a terrible idea. All right, let's do it. Ready?
Resuming your Tabata workout.
We're resuming. This is a modified push-up. Hands are wide, fingers are forward, spine is long.
Exercise.
And again, just a reminder, if you are doing your push-ups in planks, or even if your knees are further out than mine, go ahead and do that. That's awesome. You do you. The closer you come to the ground, of course, the more challenging it becomes. If your range of motion is smaller, it's still a very valuable exercise. Spine is long. Ball is getting a hug.
Rest.
Okay, jazz hands. Next, we're gonna do some tricep push-ups, everybody's favorite. Again, the ball gets a squeeze.
Exercise.
Gosh, even the first one. I always wonder when tricep push-ups will get easier. And I just haven't figured that part out yet. Whatever. Elbows are in. It's like your elbows want to come to your ribs. Woo!
Rest.
Okay, Donna. All right, now I'm going to grab my weighted ball. This is 3 pounds. I'm going to bring my right hand underneath my right shoulder and my left arm out to the side.
Exercise.
Belly button is in. Yeah, the ball helps, just immediately helped me to feel more connected to the core, which is nice. Ball just has a little bit of a squeeze. Keep that right shoulder plugged in. Your right elbow can be a little soft. In fact, both elbows can be a little soft. We're almost there.
Rest.
Woo. Okay, we got the other side to do. Right arm out to the side. Left hand under left shoulder. Plug your left shoulder and your right shoulder in. Belly button is in.
Exercise.
Also, just a quick spine check-in here. Your spine should be neutral. It shouldn't be rounded or overly arched. Somewhere in the middle with the connectedness to the core. Maybe just through deep breaths. Or maybe you're able to keep the abdominals pulled in along the way. Or you're creating some awareness there. Feel like you're lifting away from the floor.
Rest.
Ooh! All right, regular, modified, wide elbow push-ups. One more time. Take a breath.
Exercise.
Exercise. Yeah, you can go your own pace here. Also, I always say this in the beginning and I forgot this time, push-ups against the wall are awesome. If you've got chronic tightness in your shoulders, sometimes doing push-ups on the ground can just really aggravate that. Come to the wall. It is still a phenomenal way to do this exercise.
Rest.
Okay, we're coming back up to stand. Lunges, squat set, and a split squat set.
Exercise.
Right foot forward, left foot back. Lift your back heel and come to the ground with the left knee. You're welcome to pick up weights here, by the way. I'm going to avoid that today. But loading up weights, this is a phenomenal place to do it. Try to use both feet equally in this exercise.
Rest.
Okay? And then switch. Right leg back, left leg forward. Try to get your feet hip distant apart.
Exercise.
Left heel lift. And then bring that left knee towards the floor. And again, you're really trying to use both feet equally here. I'm trying to get myself centered. So you're going straight up and down. Energize the way up. Stand tall at the top.
Rest.
Okay? Set of squats. Feet are about hip distant, toes are forward. Sit back in your imaginary chair.
Exercise.
Sit back. When you come up, push through your heels and exhale. Okay, so there's like a lot of people out there who think that squats are better at strengthening the pelvic floor than Kegels. And that may be true, but you have to breathe. When you exhale, your pelvic floor naturally lifts. So exhale on the way up. Exhale on the way up.
Rest.
Okay? And I could talk about that a lot more if you have any questions. Split squats. Right leg forward, left leg kickstand. Small distance. Lift your back heel.
Exercise.
Sit back. Drive yourself up mostly through your right foot. The left leg is working, the right foot has force in it. But I would say, for me, my right leg has probably about 20% more than my left. Come up to stand tall.
Rest.
Yeah. Left leg kickstand, right leg stays. My feet are hip distant, by the way. Shift your weight forward, lift your back heel. Up. Oh, that's right, I shortened it.
Done. Great workout. You spent 28 minutes 40 seconds exercising.
Donna, we're not done. Keep going. Let's do 4 more. 4. And 3. And 2. 1 more. I think I'm going to count out the next bit. What a jerk she is. Okay, so we just went through split. Okay, we did all the legs. We did all the legs. We did our arms. Come to your plank. We're going to count it out. I'm going to bring my mat back. Because I don't pay for the app, maybe I'll have to make that big $13 investment, you guys, for the year. Because I don't pay for it, they limit it, and I guess I changed the settings. Any hoozle. Okay, we have a regular plank, fingertips forward. See if you can get your hands directly under your shoulders. Also, a quick add-on, aim your elbows back. Aim your elbows back. One leg out, other leg out, hold. Halfway there. Four. And come all the way down. Sit back, take a breath. Side plank. I'm going to come to my right side for this first part. As long as you're doing both sides, you can come to whatever side you want. Right hand down. Left leg out. I'm trying to make somewhat of a straight line here. And try to push down with your right hand and plug your right shoulder in and hold. Pull your head back. Belly button is in. Feel free to come into a regular old side plank with both legs out. Halfway there. Last 5. Whew. And then come on down. Just gonna give that wrist a little love. Side 2. The wrist is a very small joint. If you feel lots of discomfort there when you're doing exercises like this, just let me know. I can help you come up with some alternatives. Okay, let's come to the other side. Left hand under the left shoulder and then slide that knee away so you're in a fairly straight line. You got it. And again, what I really like about a modified side plank is I'm really feeling work up into this hip, and of course I'm feeling supported here in a way that I can actually connect to my abdominal muscles. Take a nice deep breath here. Pull your head back a little bit, like you're pulling your chin in toward your throat. Halfway there. Imagine gravity pulls you up a little bit. Last 10. And come all the way down. We've got a regular plank and then a reverse plank. And then we're in the home stretch. Fingertips forward. Take a nice deep breath. And come out into your plank. And just to point out the modified plank usefulness, when you put your knees down, you can pick up your feet and draw the abdominals in and give the tush a squeeze. This is a lot of great work here. I don't like to diss modified positions for hard exercises. You're still getting to work on the goals of the exercise. Okay, let's hold for another 10. Last 5. 5, 4, 3, 2. Woo! Take a breath. Reverse plank. Just hands. circles at the wrist. Okay. And last little bit here. I may keep my knees bent for this one. I kind of, as I was showing you the modified version last time, it just kind of felt nice. So if you want to do it with me, knees bent, feet above hip distance, push down through the palms. My fingertips are out east and west. And then you push down. Yeah, I love this. This is really great if you do a lot of desk work. Because often these muscles across the chest just get so tight. And a lot of times when people have tight muscles across their chest, they actually start to have discomfort and pain through the back of the shoulders. So this is a really nice way to start to release that. Let's do 5 more. I prefer to look forward. Some people like to look back. You can do that if you'd like. Last 3. And 2. 1 more. And then come all the way down, okay? We've got a little bit more work, and then we're gonna do a bit of stretching, all right? We're gonna do 1 seated exercise, and then for core and balance, and then we're gonna come up and do a standing exercise, and then we're gonna stretch, okay? So we're coming back here, hands behind the thighs. I'm going out of order a little bit this time, but that's okay. Go ahead and press your hands into your thighs and your thighs into your hands. Shoulders come down. Even here, think about drawing the abdominals in a little bit, and then walk back and bring the legs up. It took me a long time to be able to connect to my abdominals in this position. So give yourself a little grace if all you feel is your hip flexors or your low back. Maybe even this isn't like a good exercise for you right now. Maybe there's a way you can shift it or change it. I'm not exactly sure, but feel free to ask any questions there. By the way, I'm trying to not death grip my legs right now. Okay, let's hold for another 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and then come on down. All right, come on up. Last little bit here. I'm gonna throw this away for now. Standing tall. Soften your knees. Let's send the left leg back a little bit. I'm going to bring my hands to my hips. So as the back leg comes up, the upper body moves forward. They move at the same time. And then come out again. Arms wide is nice as well. Really, there's like 80 different arm positions that you could do. I would say let your arms gravitate to a place that just helps you to find your balance. Probably a good idea to keep your right knee soft. And yeah, there's always one side that's a little bit harder to balance for one reason or another. Let's do 5 more. Try to find length. Try to lengthen forward through the crown of the head and back through the back leg. That really helps me to find my balance as well. When I reach out, let's do 1 more. Woo. And then come on up. 1 more side. Soften your knees. Bring your right leg back. Then you could do wide arms unless another arm position was good for you. Draw the abdominals in a little bit. Back leg lifts as the front leg leans. Sorry, front as the upper body. As the upper body leans. We are hinging from our left hip. If we were in the gym, someone would call this a deadlift. So many ways that you can do your arms here. Straight down is nice too. If you want to try that. Some people prefer to do arms that are also straight out. This is going to work your back extensors a lot more. This is more challenging. Okay, so many ways to do it. Let's do 3 more. And 2 more. 1 more time. Oh geez, almost lost that one. Okay, let's do just a little bit of a stretch here. Let's bring our legs wide. Stand up nice and tall. I'm gonna bring my hands to my hips, shift my hips to the right, and just start to lean over towards the left, which for me is a big stretch in the left inner thigh, up into the pelvis. Just try and relax your shoulders and your jaw. And then come back through to the center, and then shift your hips over to the left. And for me, I feel this stretch through my right upper inner thigh, actually all the way down on the inside of my thigh and around my knee. Everything is connected. And take a breath here. And then come on back up. For this next bit, maybe putting your fingertips on something that is a little bit more stable or not. You can balance here as well. I'm going to cross my right leg over my left thigh and then just gently sit back a little bit. You're welcome to do this seated in a chair as well. And this is just a nice stretch through the right hip. I have this right foot flexed a little bit. I'm trying not to flex the spine or around the spine, but just keep it nice and long. The more you stick out your booty, theoretically, the more you should feel this stretch. And then come on up, and we'll switch over to the other side. I'm gonna use the wall for this side. Cross the left over the right. Flex your left foot. Stick out the booty, the left booty especially, and breathe. One more deep breath here. And then come all the way up, and we'll do a roll down to end. So feet hip distant, reach the arms all the way up. And then start to bring the arms forward, chin to the chest. We're going to slowly roll through the spine. Along the way, relaxing the arms and softening the knees and rolling towards the floor. You go as far as you should go. Keep your knees soft. With your next exhale, let your head get a little heavier and your jaw release. And then bring your hands to your elbows. One more exhale here. So good to release. And then let the arms hang. The knees remain soft. Put some pressure back into the floor with your feet and slowly rebuild. Slowly rebuild. Take your time. Take your time. The head will be the last thing to come up. Push down through your feet and stand tall. One more thing here, bring the arms to the ceiling. You can hook your thumbs and reach straight up. And then open up that whole side body and come over to the other side. Keep your breath moving. And other side. And then come back to the center. Inhale, separate your thumbs, reach up. And as the arms come down, the head goes up and the shoulders relax. Oh, we did it, you guys. Great work. The Tabata pooped out, but you know what? We don't need her. We don't need Donna. Yes, we do. We need Donna. Have a great day, you guys. Let me know how that felt afterwards, okay? If you'd like. No pressure. Bye.